said she honestly didn't know. She said she asked some people. She said she got an answer, and then she apologized if she offended anyone. But she then offended more people because next to her name, she put boop, bop, beep. And people had a hissy fit. They said, no, how dare you do that? You're making fun of trans people by putting boop, bop, beep next to your name. Except she works on a Star Wars series.
Right.
And every droid says boop, bop, beep.
Exactly. She's also come under fire for, and I haven't read the specific tweets, for either mocking wearing masks or just questioning the value of wearing masks, at least put it that way.
Yeah, that
I mean, she's wrong. However, I don't think she needs to be fired for espousing that view. And the beep bop boop thing is like you said, hello, Star Wars series. That's just ridiculous to think that's a transphobic statement. Someone who's transphobic, that would be the author of the Harry Potter things. She's made lots of statements that are clearly transphobic. Gina Carano's stuff is like, yeah, like you said, she wasn't aware of what was going on with that, with the pronouns. It's like, oh, okay. And I think she was kind of making light of it. Was it the best decision? Maybe not, but it's like, okay, whatever, you know. Is she actively saying, oh, these people are wrong for living their life the way they choose to live it, or the way, you shouldn't even say the way they choose to live it, for living their life as who they are. Let's put it that way.
Right.
And she's not doing that. I've not seen anyone claiming she's doing that. And, you know, the whole thing with a mask is like, okay, so you're wrong, but that doesn't mean you should be fired for it. You know, just the whole thing with Evangeline Lilly, she's saying she's still not sure if she's going to be in Ant-Man 3 because she was putting out a lot of tweets about, oh, this is all ridiculous and blah, blah, blah. And they told her to kind of tone it down. But again, it's not exactly as harmful as like, oh, go drink bleach, you'll be okay, which certain leaders have said idiotic crap like that.
Are they orange? Are they orange leaders?
Could be. Yeah, the oddest thing about Gina Carano is have you caught any of The Mandalorian yet?
No.
Season 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Eventually,
season 1, of course, but
yeah, she seems to be noticeably larger in season 2, and I'm not saying like fat, like bigger, stronger. Like she could probably play the Hulk, not She-Hulk, but Hulk, like, and just put green tint on her. I mean, she is big. And I was thinking,
that's impressive.
Yeah. And I was thinking, okay, how much does she weigh now? Because I'm thinking she's got to be hitting 165, 170 easy. I mean, she is big. And I don't, and again,
anytime now.
And again, not making any comment about, oh, that's terrible. She just looks impressive. Like, holy crap, she's been working. Supposedly her weight is 143. But the picture that they were showing of her is like, yeah, that ain't the picture. It's not what she looks like now. I mean, holy crap, her arms are like, she's scary in a good way. I was like, wow. She looks like someone who could just like, I don't know, go take over the universe. So yeah, I'm more interested in that. It's like, what is her workout routine? Because yeah, she's way past any weight class in MMA at this point. It's like, man alive. She's scary. A physical specimen. And go ahead and tweet your beep bop boop all you want, because come on, it's Star Wars, man. I mean, what are people talking about? That's just insane.
You know, you were throwing out numbers there for a minute, and that seems to be a good segue to the thing I reviewed this week.
Numbers.
Actually, it is the TV series. Only some people don't call it numbers. Some people call it num-threers.
Is it really numbers? The TV series?
Because the 3, or the E is a 3, and it kind of fits. They were being cute, and I know where it came from. I happen to be, I guess, part of the people who watched it. The star of the series, David Krumholtz, was on Craig Ferguson's late Why the Hell Are You Still Up show.
Yes.
Which was shown at 2:00 in the afternoon in Germany, where I lived at the time. Sure,
well,
why not? So I was watching the interview with him, and jokingly, Craig called it numb-threers. And
Because of course
David
you
went, what? Well, you've got the letter E and it turned into a 3, so I've called it numb-threers. And it stuck. Apparently lots of the cast members went, ooh, we'll call it numb-threers. And so did me and my wife, and we both love this series. There's a couple flaws with it. I'm going to get to those. But it's got a great cast with, David Krumholtz, who's been in a lot of stuff. Rob Morrow, Judd Hirsch. I'm going to mispronounce her name because I've never seen anyone actually, or heard anyone actually say it. Navi Rawat, who does a great job in everything I've seen her in. And Alami Ballard. This was where he started. I have seen him in a ton of stuff now. Always, well, not always, but most of the time as a cop. And it works. It fits his role. It works. Anyway, the series, numb-threers. It's actually about brothers. Rob Morrow plays an FBI agent. David Krumholtz plays his little brother, who is a math genius. And they put the two together to use math to solve crimes. And it's not, this computer was hacked, although that does come up occasionally. It's, we're going to use math to determine where these criminals are going to strike next and what they're going to be using to steal whatever it is. And the way they write the scripts makes you go, I like the sound of this. But if you stop to think about a lot of them, you go, hang on a minute. So by taking this equation and that one, and standing this one on its head and turning this one on its side, we can conclude that the bad guy is Steve, and here's his address and his phone number and all of his friends. And you go, wait a minute, whoa. If you stop to think, you go, how the hell are you doing that with an equation? I'm not saying you can't. I believe in science. I'm from a science town. Literally. Look up Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee. Bite me. So I love science and all this stuff, but I want more explanation in the math. Not necessarily, here's what the equation looks like, which they do occasionally, and you go, yeah, I don't even recognize half of that as numbers and or letters. That's a symbol of some kind that I saw in a Justice League cartoon once. I think it's from Apocalypse. But yeah, sometimes you just let it go and follow the story, and the stories are usually really good. Judd Hirsch plays their dad, and Judd Hirsch is awesome in everything.
Especially in this show.
Lou Diamond Phillips, right?
Yep.
Shows up occasionally in this series, and his character he's not Batman, but he is this universe's Batman, except he's an FBI sniper. Okay, just picture that. Whenever he shows up and pulled Batman stuff. Not, I've got batarangs, but I know everything about this, that, and the other. And you go, oh, okay. Yes, Batman. One of those things. It's very cool. It's a very fun series to watch. It's not even that old. It's about 10 years old now. And I believe all the seasons are available on Hulu. If you've got Hulu,
they're on Hulu.
I'm going to recommend it because this is a very fun series.
I will concur with everything. I haven't seen all of it. I've probably seen a third, maybe half of the shows. Really fun show.
It's a fun show. I will say there are a couple episodes that fall into the difficult to watch category because of the subject matter. Because it's like there was one about, what was it? Asian women being sold to be buried with unmarried Asian men because of a religion thing. I don't remember all the details of that episode, but it was kind of difficult to watch. But it was made better because Kelly Hu was put in, and everything is better with Kelly Hu in it. So
that's a good thing. That would be a very good thing.
So what you got this week?
Well, that's a brilliant segue.
Thank you.
I was waiting to figure out
I
how you're going to pull the segue on this one. Well,
I have got about 3 hours of sleep this week.
Oh, that's fun.
I
sorry to
am
hear
amazed I've gotten this far into the show.
Yeah, seriously. I had 4 hours of sleep last night, and I thought I was sucking it. So I have 2 movies, but I also have a series. My series didn't last 5 or 6 years like Numbers did. It's actually only 4 episodes. It's a limited series. Came out on Netflix on Veterans Day. Yeah. But I didn't watch it on Veterans Day. I watched it a little later. This is called The Liberator. A lot of interesting things with this. So limited series. There won't be any sequels. It's done. So don't expect season. If there's a season 2, there's a major problem, because this is about the story basically of a U.S. Army captain, and his unit. They go to Europe to fight to liberate the world from Hitler's crap, based on the true story of this person who was the Army captain who led his unit and blah, blah, blah. So they first landed in Sicily, and they just went from action to action to action to action. I believe it was 517 days. And out of those 517 days, I think they did not see combat like maybe 14. I mean, they were just like fighting. Every time they got their objective, go here, go fight these guys, and it's just on and on and on. So they were in some really rough areas like Anzio. One of the reasons I really like this is they don't exactly win every time, because that's what war is like. Yeah, that's what war is like. Not much of a spoiler because it's based on the memoirs of the man, which means he survived. So he survives. Sorry if you didn't figure that out, but he survives. Some other people in his unit don't survive, again, because it's war. Yes?
Other quick spoiler from the time period. The Titanic movie, the boat sinks.
The boat does sink. So, some interesting things about this is really, really well done. I mean, to me, this is like not quite, but close to Saving Private Ryan level. This is a really good. Wow. If you like war movies, this is really good. This is top notch stuff. I doubt that you'll have heard of any of the actors that are in it. They all do a terrific job. Bradley James, Martin Sensmeyer, Jose Miguel Vasquez. Those are just a few. Some odd production notes about this. I should start with the first one that's unusual. It's animated.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
But it's animated in an interesting way. It's rotoscoped. Now, if you're not familiar with rotoscoping, it's filmed, and then they paint animation over it. So it was filmed, live action filmed, and then they paint animation over it. If you've ever heard of the movie A Scanner Darkly, Keanu Reeves.
Ralph Batsky.
Yeah, all the way back to Wizards, same kind of thing, rotoscope. Although this is not as heavily done as Bakshi's, it's not as fantastic. Now, and it looks pretty realistic. The reason they did this is because they initially sold this to the History Channel. The History Channel was going to make this either an 8 or 10-part series, and then they figured out it's going to cost about $15 million an episode. We ain't got that kind of money. We're just the History Channel. Netflix said, we got that money. So Netflix snapped it right up. And then I don't know that that was just the projection. I don't think there were even scripts to carry it out through 8 episodes or whatever. But Netflix turned it into this 4-part series. And again, each episode is about 55 minutes long. So it's a 4-hour movie, basically. It's really, really well done. So the reason they rotoscoped it, I guess I should say this, because that saved them a crap load of money, because they didn't have to get real tanks. They didn't have to really blow anything up. They didn't have to be on location. All that stuff is animated. It's really, really well done. Again, the acting is great. The scripts are great. And okay. If you don't know who won World War II, again, that's another spoiler. So yeah, the good guys win at the end.
The boat sank in Titanic. Did I mention?
It did sink. It's pretty graphic. Now, again, it's animated, but it's a war movie. bad things happen in wars. Also, they end up the